Hello, everybody. How's it going today? Hey, there we go. That's a little clearer. So, hopefully, everything's going to work today. I've been having problems with the internet all day with the storm and high winds and stuff. It was kind of in and out. Right now, it's barely raining. Wind is gone. And yeah, it's been good for the last, 3-4 hours. So, here's hoping. Hello, Jess. Hello, Seamus. Jason. Hey, Jason, I got to do a video, but I finally got your card in. So I'll be doing a video on that very shortly. Okay, so how's everybody doing today? You have 10 watching already. Thank you very much. Don't forget to hit the like button on the way in or the way out, please. Hey, David, welcome. If somebody wants to join, let me know. I'll post up the link. I almost didn't have enough time. Kind of got busy talking with Dad. And almost didn't get to this in time. Seamus, you don't have a wrench. How come? Well, let's fix that problem right now. There you go, sir. It's been a rough day. I'm hurting. Jason will probably know this. Whenever you pull on a wrench really, really hard, you get a tight bolt or whatever, and you pull on that wrench, and you get that sharp pain in your hand. Now, I've had that for the last 2 days right in here, and man, does it hurt. You can't grab stuff. You can't grip anything tightly, nothing. Hey, Flying Dutchman. Welcome. Like I said, if anybody wants to join, I will drop the link in the chat. And hopefully you all read the description. And if not, we will not be talking about that certain person, nor will that person be on the live stream. Just so you know. So I finished recording up the part 3 on the 67 Impala weathering. So even though I had to film the ending like 5 freaking times because it kept corrupting the freaking file, but I finally got it. So now I can edit that one, and I got to do some more recording on my Flying Dutchman and get that one ready to edit. I know, it's like, but the thing is, I haven't done anything to get that. It's been there for the last 2 days. It hurts like hell. Usually when you get that, when you're pulling hard on a wrench or a ratchet or something, it's there for a few hours and then it kind of goes away. This one's not going away. Go to the hospital, it'll be sitting there for 6 or 8 hours. So, you're better off to break your hand and they get you in quicker for an x-ray. And that would probably tell me what's wrong. So what's everybody working on today? Yeah, that's no good. That's no good, Jess. I'm kind of getting what my dad's got, like up in here, this knuckle and this one. It's like arthritis. It pains to squeeze them in. I can feel it all down in the knuckle. It hurts. But I guess that's part of getting old. Dad, both hands are like that, all beat up, and probably from all the years of being in construction and everything else. And Michael Skill Model, welcome. Now, I bet you don't have a wrench, do you? No, you don't. So I'm going to give you a wrench. How's that? There you go. Now, don't forget, if anybody wants to join, I'll drop the link in the chat for you. I think Jessie said she was going to join the chat tonight. It's been raining like a mother all day today. And we're supposed to get it for till about 6 or 7 in the morning, I think is what it said. So I don't know what I'm going to work on today. And for everybody watching that hasn't heard yet, which I'm pretty sure everybody has, yes, we know Terry's not doing good. So to help out the family, there is a GoFundMe. After the stream, I will put the link in the description. I forgot to do it. Like I said, I was running late. But yes, go check out that GoFundMe. If you're able to help, that's fine. If not, that's absolutely fine. At least share the link, as much as you can. Let's help out the family. So, what are you working on, Jess? Still working on that monster truck? Flying Dutchman must be working on something. And we know Seamus is always working on something that's got lights in it. Well, what should I bring out today? I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to bring out. I could do some more on that group bike build, the Yamacat. That'd be cool. And Ducati. Hey, Bruce Electric World, welcome. Well, that's only 3 things, Snail. Monster truck, helicopter, and a shed? Come on now. You can do that with one hand and half asleep. I've seen your builds. Yeah, like I said, I've been having a lot of problems with the internet today, so I haven't been watching anybody's videos at all and just getting everything ready. So I thought, well, you know what? Got no internet. I threw on some music that's on my computer and freaking started building and recording and doing all kinds of stuff. Shut the music off when I had to record. That, and I've been writing down stuff for an introduction video for the video podcast, so I can do up that, and then hopefully get a couple polls out on a certain topic. And get some questions in there so I can actually do up a my first video podcast at the end of next month. In Boston, welcome. If anybody wants the link, let me know. I'll put the link out in the chat for you. For a while, I'm not going to be pinning the link at the top. I'm just going to try and control things a little bit more lately. Now, there are a few people that, if you're not subscribed to, which again, most of the people in here probably are, but there are some channels here that definitely need some love. You know, they should have a lot more subscribers than they do. Things like Jamie G. Go check out Jamie G's channel. Where the hell's his shop card? Oh, it's way the hell up there. I'm not climbing all over furniture to get that. But Jamie G, he needs a lot more subscribers. I mean, he should be, with the stuff that he builds, he should be a lot further along. Jason from KRD. Click on his name. Go check out the stuff he does. I mean, you won't be disappointed. Give him a sub. You know, he's got some great stuff over there too. No worries, Bruce. No worries. I'll be here probably a little while, as long as I don't end up with any internet problems. I know I put up the post earlier that I probably wouldn't be doing it, but you know, the last 4 or 5 hours, everything's been going good. I haven't had any flickers. I haven't, no nothing. So well, that's not good, Seamus. People need to go back over there and hit the sub on Seamus's as well. Now, I've been fortunate in the last 4 days. I've gained almost 30 some subs. But yeah. Yeah, Jamie's bikes are crazy awesome. Now, same thing with Jesse. You gotta go check out her channel. I mean, she does some crazy stuff. Scale Model Snail. Again, you should be able to click on anybody here in chat. Hey, Bretta. I'm gonna check, make sure everybody's got a wrench so far. Looks good. Looks good. I lost one today. But mine does that all the time. It'll go up by 3 or 4, and it'll drop by 1 or 2. It'll stay like that for 4 or 5 days, and it'll kind of, one will come back, and another one will come back, and then it'll go up by another 2. But these last 4 or 5 days here, I mean, for some odd reason, the subs have been going up like stupid, which is cool, but yeah, freaking. And I think that's part of what, like I was just saying, that how I lose 1 or 2 and then it'll slowly come back. And I think that's kind of YouTube doing that. Hey, 60s rule. Welcome, my friend. Dan the man. And Paul Price, welcome. If anybody wants to join the stream, I will drop the link for you. Just let me know. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. It just jumps around like that for some stupid reason. Amanda, welcome. Now, if Jeff Fafa was here, it'd be Amanda. Amanda. No worries, Jess. You can if you want. Just let me know. I'll drop the link. Should probably turn the camera around so you can at least see me and not a blank desk. It's not often that it's this clean, so admire it while you can. Okay, there's nothing. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Hopefully the picture's okay. Let's see what YouTube looks like. Stalling, but not bad. It is only on 360, so. Yeah, I had to fight with everything was fighting me today. Recording that freaking last part on for the 67 Impala, I had to record it 5 times because it kept corrupting the freaking recording. The audio would be crackly or wouldn't be there, or bits and pieces of the video would disappear, or it would go all pixely. Then once was my own stupidity. I forgot to hit record. So I went through the whole thing again and freaking went to go check it, make sure it was good, and there's nothing there. And I'm like, what the hell? So I had to go playing around with OBS and get that all straightened out, see if there was, a reason why it was doing that. Reset a couple things and changed a couple settings, and it seems to be okay now. But by doing that, it may have screwed up some of the picture here. Oh, well, I was thinking of once I get a few more caught up here, which I'm doing good at, I might bring out the USS Missouri and finish building and recording that. I have a 1/700 scale Missouri with a lot of photo etch. I know the colors are wrong on it, but I'm too far ahead now to start screwing around with the deck color. It's too dark. It was a good practice ship for photo etch, because I've got the 1/350 scale Missouri, and I've got a huge photo set for that. So if I can master the small photo etch on the 700, the 350 should be no problem. Yeah, well, like I said, it's pretty dark. I don't think I went with the color that it said, but to me, it is way, way too dark. Like it's way too blue for me. It should be a little more blue-gray. That's where I'm at with it so far. Like even this blue-gray that's on the side here, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I could take off a few pieces and try to repaint the deck and just hand paint some of the stuff that's left over. You know, before I start doing too much of the photo etch railings and everything on it. But yeah, that's where it's at so far. Still lots to do, though. Lots to do. But I haven't worked on this thing for probably almost 2 years. Some of the guns are all bent. Easy enough to fix. Maybe one of these days I'll bring it back out. Get it going again. I think, yeah, this is the photo etch. I've got the wood deck. Do I have the wood deck for this? Maybe I don't have to worry about the deck. No, this is just the masking. Just the masking for it. It's not an actual wood deck for it. It's too bad. I wonder if I could just paint that brown and use it as the decking. Do the cheap way. But yeah, there's a lot of photo etch for this thing. And considering this was like my first thing ever doing photo etch on, yeah, pretty crazy. I got to build the antennas and all that stuff, and yep, I'll get her done sooner or later. But I'm not going to touch the 350 Missouri until I've got the wooden Flying Dutchman done, maybe that one done. I haven't seen another one like mine. See, I don't even think they make it anymore because all the 350 Missouris and stuff that I see are all like Trumpeter, Tamiya, you know, stuff like that. Mine's a Revell. Mine's a 1350 Missouri Revell. It's a very old kit that I know of. Or not very old, but, you know, probably back in the 80s at least, 80s, 90s. And that thing's been in storage for years and years. The box is so badly beat up on it, it's not funny. There you go, Jess. I think it'll work there. If it doesn't work there, I'll drop it in the YouTube one. Yeah, it should work. It's underlined. I'd actually like to do a bunch of the ships that were in what the hell's the name of it? Battleship, the movie Battleship. I do believe it's the Enterprise in there, and I looked them all up at one time. But yeah, I'd like to get that whole fleet that they had running around, but also the Missouri. But the Missouri, I'm going to do as per when it was launched in 1944. I don't want it all retrofitted and everything else. So, oh, I'm pretty sure that my 350 has probably got a lot of detail missing as well. The 200 would be big. Oh, so anything else new? Hello, Jess.
Hey, how's it going, Mark?
No, we're still going. Doesn't sound like the wind is gone. I think it's still raining, lately raining, but
Yeah.
of course, with all the rain we had today, the swamp area is full of water, and I made the mistake of letting the ducks run around free. So I had to go running around in the swamp to chase those little assholes back home so they'd get in their freaking hut for the night. Trying to chase 3 Indian runner ducks around
The
in
duck
like
herder.
15 inches of freaking water.
Do you have your rain boots with you?
Oh, yeah. Hey, Ted, welcome. Can you see chat, Jess?
Yeah. Hey, Ted.
Okay.
I just have to check it because I'm on my phone, but it's no big deal.
Oh. Oh. Actually, I'm going to kill my camera for a minute. I'm going to put it on the other side of the desk. I don't want you guys getting all sicky here. Move this over here. So at least I can turn it upwards if I wanted you guys to get sick and looking at me. Whoa, fucking chair. I almost sat on the floor. Freaking office chair rolled away. Oh, we got to do some adjusting on this addition here. I got one side that's sinking a little bit, and everything, the chair rolls that way. If I get up, it just rolls. I had to put mats down and everything. Oh yeah, I had to put mats down because if I sit here in the right way, it'll roll right to that side. And I'm like, yeah, time to jack that up this summer. Shim it up a little.
There you go.
And I got the outside door is binding up a little bit, so. Yeah, we had a few ducks land here in the swamp a couple years ago, and I'm hoping that some more will show up at some point. I'm hoping my ducks will attract them, but it's been almost 4 years. Charlie Mack, holy hell. Welcome, sir.
Hey, Charlie Mack.
If anybody else wants to join, let me know. There is a link right now in the chat. I have to scroll up, but I can drop another one. Man, I can't see any of the freaking chat. There we go. Getting old. The eyes are going away.
Excuses.
Well, let's see. I'm right here. Screen is at the end of my fingertips. So that's what, a foot and a half away. Take these off. Nope. Words are blurry. But I tell you, I sure the hell can't walk around with these things on. Man, it's like wearing 4 pairs of freaking Google glasses or something. What's that? Oh, you're working on the helicopter.
I sure am. I'm actually, I don't have like a good gray to put in the airbrush, and I don't feel like mixing colors. So I'm just hand brushing right now for the interior. For the exterior, I will definitely be using my airbrush. But
You got, what do you call it? The Mr. Hobby.
What do you mean, like the kit I'm using, or?
Yeah, like the primer surfacer from Mr. Hobby.
Oh. Yeah, the prime. No, I don't have any of that.
Oh, okay. Because I was going to say that'd probably be a decent gray.
Yeah, that actually would work. Unfortunately, that is by my dad's. So I'm just working with what I got, which is okay. It's kind of therapeutic. You know, I haven't hand painted a model in a long time. And it's just the interior, so it is.
Yeah, I got to do some more on my helicopter. What scale is yours?
This is the 140A scale. It's the U.S. Dolphin, the Coast Guard copter.
Yeah.
I was thinking about trying to find like a little 140A scale Dolphin and making him like the pilot with like a little headset.
Yeah.
I thought that might be cute.
Richard Thomas, welcome.
Hello, Richard.
Let me see. Does Richard get a wrench? Charlie Mack. I know I've given Charlie Mack a wrench. I know. Well, he's got one now. That's good. I'll have to watch that. See the next one. That tank's coming along pretty good. 24 watching. Thank you very much, everybody. If anybody wants to join, let me know. I'll drop that link for you.
Sweet.
Don't forget to hit the like on the like. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like on the way in or on the way out. Oh, GI Mechanic, Mr. Cliff. Welcome, sir.
Hey, Cliff.
Okay, is it just me or does it keep stalling? Let me know if the internet's stalling. Hopefully not. Mr. King Bob, welcome.
Bob.
Hey, Snail.
Kind of. There he is.
How are you doing on this fine evening, Bob?
All right. My nose is kind of screwed up because it was 80 degrees here yesterday and we had snow this morning.
Ooh.
You must be far west.
No, I'm about as middle of the U.S. as you can get. Matter of fact, the geographic center is like 20 miles from my house.
No, it's just I see daylight.
Oh, yeah.
It's been pitch black. It's been pitch black here for the last 2 hours at least.
5:30, yeah. The sun is technically below the ridge, but yeah, it won't be dark for another hour.
You say 5:30, so you're 2 hours behind, or 2 hours behind me.
Yeah. Hey, Bustin. Hey, Seamus. Who else? British here. Him and Dave, Mr. Mac is in the house.
I bet you it's my internet.
Hey, Cliff.
You guys keep stalling out.
So I have a modeling question. Kind of. So the instructions here, this is kind of confusing. So there's these two pieces that look very similar, and they go on opposite sides of the interior of the helicopter. You see, so these are the two pieces, and you can see on the instructions. One of them says it's to be painted light gray, and the other just says gray. So I'm confused.
I would paint the same color.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. Is just paint them the same color.
Okay. Cool. That's what I will do then.
Because once you close it up, you ain't gonna see a whole lot in there anyway.
That's what I figured. At least that was my experience with the last helicopter. So I'm not gonna get.
Oh
too
my
crazy.
God, we got Jeff and Charlie Mack in the chat at the same time.
What is this occasion?
I don't know.
Jeff has he showed off a new ferret in his video the other day too, so he's moving up.
I know we got a couple of storms going through, roaming around in New Brunswick here right now, so that could be what's causing all the problems. Even though there's nothing going on here right now, doesn't mean where head office is up on the northern side of New Brunswick isn't getting the shit kicked out of them. Because it's all like satellite internet type. It's not full satellite anymore. They've changed my entire system. So instead of pointing directly at the satellite in the sky, they're now, my new dish is pointed at a tower.
Yeah.
So there's a central satellite system to the main office, and then they project out to all the towers. And they've only had this system going now since February 16th. So they might be still working a few bugs out yet. And they're hoping by 2025 to even get rid of all of that. And they want to do LTE. So get rid of the satellite system altogether. And that's supposed to bump everything up even faster yet. But it's definitely nice being able to do a live stream and upload a video at the same time. So what's Jason working on?
The Golden Commandos. Right now I'm stripping some printed wheels off here. So, just more parts. Parts is parts.
Bob's building
V2.
Israeli rockets.
Well, it's a V2. The 3D printed V2 that was a failed print, so I'm working on. So it was given to me, so I'm working on the faults on it to get it. It's actually supposed to be a flying rocket, one of the like an Estes rocket.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, is that rocket engine acceptable?
Yes, it was. Well, I've glued the nose cone and everything on, so it would be a one-time rocket use rocket now. But yes, but it's a 1/48 scale. So I'm gonna build a launch pad for it. And
yeah, you could always pack the nose with black powder and then throw a rocket in there and launch it. And yeah, she'll only go boom once.
Just be like Mark the real ones, so only at one time. No, they had some It's a filament print, so it's got a lot of the layer lines in it, and I had a couple spots that didn't print right. Like right here, I'm working on one. Here, let me do that.
Yeah, with the I find with the filament line, like the FDM printers, I use the high build primer, automotive primer, and it'll put on like a 2 or 3 mil thick like primer coat, right? And you can sand that perfectly smooth, and it works great.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. But I said this one was a failed print, so it's got some holes and some flaws in it that I gotta.
Oh, yeah.
Like right here was one where it didn't. The filament didn't print right.
Yeah.
There's a couple
Released.
more. But yeah, that's what
It
I got on
released
there.
a little bit.
I got to hit it again once I get all the flaws printed. Then I'll sand it real good and get it in one more coat of high fill primer, and it'll be ready to paint.
Nice. It'll look good.
It's kind of my side project. It's been going on for about 6 months. Whenever I, in between regular builds, I work on this a little bit.
Still waiting on the construction crew to come work
Yeah.
on your house, Bob.
Yeah. My brother was here this morning, and I was hoping he was going to start, but he didn't. So. This is my brother and his buddy, who is a contractor, who's basically working for beer.
Oh, gotcha.
Working for beer and barbecue type situation.
That's a good way to pay.
Depends on how much beer they drink.
Well, there is that too.
So, some guys can put that stuff away pretty good, and it ends up costing more than if you just paid them regular,
Cash.
hourly wage.
I would have concerns about how well the construction will be done.
Hey, Jess, I do have to ask you though.
They'll do that.
I do have to ask you about your shed. I don't know how much construction experience like you all have, but the sheeting on your shed, was there a particular reason why you put the black lines in?
No.
Okay.
Why?
No, I don't. Well, it's just that those black lines
Mhm.
are actually there for a reason, right? I don't know if
Okay.
you know that. If you measure them out, they will have a 16-inch center and they will have a 2-foot center. If you measure those black lines. So when you put your sheeting on and you can't see the studs,
Mhm.
if everything's done right, those black lines will be directly on top of your studs.
I do not know.
Yeah.
I know that they're all like the studs and everything. We measured everything out, so I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine the way you did it, but like I was watching you guys chalk line the stud lines so that you knew where to nail, right?
yeah.
Well, if you'd turn the sheets around, that's what those black lines are for, is to tell you where to nail.
Oh.
The black lines are marked out every 16-inch centers or 2-foot centers, right? Just so you know.
Okay.
I mean, you guys did a great job on it, but that's what those black lines are for. Some will have red lines, some will have blue lines, but that's just the company doing that.
I wonder if Philip and Cody know that. I'm actually going to mention after the stream. I'll be like, do you
It's
guys
just
know
like-
that these lines match up?
If you look
with
at
the-
If you look at a tape measure, it's got black or black. It can be the black or red diamonds and black or red dots, and that's the
Yeah.
same thing. They're marked at 6. One will be at 16-inch every 16 inches, and the other one will be every 2 feet.
Huh.
Yeah.
And then it'll be black or red.
Dad and I have been in construction for many, many years, so especially Dad. But yeah, if you look, like there's a 1 foot is usually marked in, right?
Mhm.
But if you go over to the 16-inch, Come on, show it. There. See the diamond on the 16-inch?
Oh. So that's
So
where like
if
the
you're
stud should be.
that would be the center of your stud. But if you're measuring from the outside of the wall, right? So the
Yeah.
outside, right? Your stud is 1.5 inches, right? So this dot, this 16-inch dot, would actually be on the edge of your 2x4. Okay.
Okay.
If you know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
if you got one stud, let's see, you got one stud like this, you're measuring from here, right?
Right.
So that 16-inch dot, which you can't see, this 16-inch dot would be the same way. Like that.
Oh.
No, this way. Sorry. Because you're going from outside of the 2x4 to the outside of the 2x4. So, but if you moved it from the center, go like this. If you go to the center of the 2x4, right? This is now on the center of the 2x4.
Oh. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So when you hook on the edge of the 2x4, then this black dot, the diamond, will be on the edge of the 2x4. So now you know it's exactly 16-inch center from here to here.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And it'll do it, 16, 32,
way down the tape, yeah.
Yeah, all the way down.
The more you know. Thanks.
Yeah. And well, the 2 foot's not hard because it's just every 2 feet, right?
Yeah.
But it also depends on the tape measure that you got. If you got a cheap one, it may not have those markings and different stuff like that. But excuse me. But that's what the black lines on the sheeting is for. Is it if you set it up just right, those black lines will be on the center of your 2x4s. And then if you have 2 foot, if you have a 2 foot center, well, then there's actually 2 foot markings on the sheets as well. Now, 2 foot is usually your rafters or ceiling joists, depending on what you're putting up there, what they're calling for. In your case, 16-inch centers is more than good enough for everything that's there. I'm not sure what you put your trusses at, if you put them at 16 or 2 foot.
I'm not sure. Actually,
I
think the trusses are a little closer. The trusses are a little closer together. So maybe 2 foot.
Well, if you're 16, if your walls are 16, normally your trusses are 2 foot.
Yeah. Okay.
We lost Jess.
No, I'm here.
You're just switching spots.
I'm still here.
There's lots of little tricks you can learn from construction. Like if you have framing square, there's actually markings on that. Actually, by rights, a big framing square, right? Have you ever seen a big framing square?
I'm not sure.
Giant metal L.
Oh yeah. Then yes, I have.
It looks like a big metal L, right? If you notice, the top one is smaller than the side one, right? The top one is actually 1.5 inches thick. The bottom one is 2 inch thick. The top one is actually 16 inches exactly. So from the edge to the edge is 16 inches. So if you were to put that on your wall, on your top and bottom plate, there's 16 inches. Bang. Right? Then you take it and you move it over. And if you don't have a measuring tape, right?
Okay.
And then there's little markings so you can make stairs, all kinds of different things.
Ooh.
Speed squares are the same thing.
Tricks of the trade.
Yeah, well, a lot of it developed from not being able to read or write. So that was
speed squares are kind of
and for be faster. You could just glance down and know exactly where you needed to be without having to read the numbers.
Yeah. And not so much anymore, but hammers used to be 16 inches exactly from top to bottom for doing that exact same thing.
Huh.
But like these speed squares, you got your pivot point, and you can figure out your hip valley cut line, your common cut line for your stairs, things like that. So it just depends on how you pivot. You pivot your speed square, right?
Okay.
So it's a little more calculation. There's a lot more for like I said, the everyday type carpenter, but it's got all your 60 degrees and 50, 45s and things like that, right? Built right into it. So if you wanted to cut a piece of wood at a 45, you'd put that on your wood, and you look at your 45 mark, at your pivot mark, and you'd line that up, and now you have a perfect 45-degree angle. Or if you needed a 30-degree angle.
Okay.
Just lots of little things. I mean, my dad's probably forgotten more than I'll ever remember.
No, it's good to know. I'm gonna like go and tell my husband, now that I know. Be like, did you know? Whip out the tape measure. First of all, let me see if it's got the diamond on it.
Diamond? What are you talking about?
You
This
ever
ain't
heard of
no jewelry store.
there's a high build primer which has a lot of solids in it, which is what I have on here. It helps fill in imperfections, as opposed to a finishing primer, which is very, very fine. This one has a lot of, for better lack of a better word, junk in it to help fill in all those, even out everything.
Oh, like a filler primer?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called most of them are called a high build primer. One pass will usually put down anywhere from 1.5 millimeters to 3 millimeters thick of primer.
Right now, like this pile of stuff I'm getting here, that's all just the primer that's above the build lines on the print. So I'm taking the stuff off the top and leaving the primer that's in the valleys. So I end up with a smooth.
Yeah. Not that you'd ever use it on a model, but they do sell a spray filler. Like a body filler that you can actually spray on. And I mean, you'd never use that on a model. It'd be just a big blob, because it comes out and it puts it down at like, I think it's almost 5 mil or something per pass. So basically 1/8 of an inch per pass.
But that's filling in all the because this is printed this way in circles.
Yeah.
So there's millions, well, thousands of circles.
Yeah.
Going up this thing. And so that's what I'm doing with the high build primers. It fills in the low spots between those rings, and then I'm sanding it off the top.
It's like,
it all ends up smooth.
It's like trying to do body work on a freaking slinky.
Yeah. Basically.
A glued together slinky. Oh, Seamus is off to bed. Thank you for stopping by, buddy.
Nice, Seamus.
And once it's all smooth, then I can put a regular primer on it and then start painting it.
Yeah, do your finish primer and then away you go. Yeah, it was a nice thing about being an auto body guy. I did so much prep. Oh, I hated prep. Filler and primer, filler and primer, sand and block. Oh.
Sanding.
I'll put a sand color on it, which would be a cheap black spray paint, and then I'll sand it again, and then it will show me where there's high spots and low spots.
Yeah,
and
you
then
spray on your.
It's all gone. Then I can.
Yeah, your guide coat. You can either get a powdered form or a spray form.
I just use cheap whatever cheap spray paint I have laying around here. It's a contrast.
I've seen a lot of people. We were told never to use spray paint because it's harder to sand than the primer is. So if you get too big of a glob of dot of paint that you're using as your guide coat, you'll sand a low spot all the way around the paint, right? But I mean, on a model, you'd probably never notice that.
Yeah.
On a car that you're trying to get perfect, or because we used to do like restorations and $60,000-$70,000 freaking paint jobs on some of these cars. And black is, I mean, it's days of sanding for a black car.
Yeah.
My dad's a
Now,
body
white car.
technician, and I think that's
Yeah.
why he's always telling me to like sand with my models. He's like, it's all in the prep work. It's all in the prep work.
It is.
Yeah.
Really, almost any idiot can spray a car, like a real car. I mean, it takes a little bit of technique, but any idiot can spray a car and make it look really good. But if the body work underneath isn't good, it doesn't matter how good the painter is, that car is not going to look good.
True. True. I've learned that the hard way.
I mean, you can put lipstick on a pig and make it look good, but I mean, if the pig is missing half its head and you're trying to put lipstick on it, no matter how much lipstick you put on, it's not going to look good. Hey, Styrene Bender, you sneak in here without me seeing.
Hey, Chuck.
If anybody wants the link, let me know. I'll throw it up in the chat there for you. I can have 2 more yet. I've had a scratchy throat all day today too. Not nice. Oh well. I don't go to doctors.
Yesterday, it was so much fun. After they drew the 2 gallons from me, I just had a wonderful day.
Yeah. I think the last time I went to a doctor was, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago.
Doctor.
After I got sick in 2019, I've been seeing at least one doctor probably every 6 weeks ever since. One doctor or another.
They say once you hit 40, you're supposed to go do your, big physical thing or whatever. I've never done that.
Yeah, and they hit you again when you hit 58, 59, they hit you again.
Yeah.
They call it the wellness check, which means they shove cameras and probes in places that don't need to have cameras and probes in.
Well, I told the doctor one time, I said, if I hurt, you're going to hurt. And he kind of looked at me like, oh, shit, like, do you mean this? I'm like, yeah. If I hurt, you hurt. So make sure whatever you do to me doesn't hurt.
Yeah, the biggest mistake I ever had when the urologist said that they had to put a camera in to look at my bladder. And he says, well, we can do that under general anesthesia, or we can do it in the office. I said, well, just do it in the office. I don't want to go under the general for just that. That was the biggest mistake I ever made.
Yep. I've had an angiogram done. Those aren't fun because you have to be awake for that. That's when they put in that big vein in your leg and they put that steel cable in all the way up to your heart.
Yeah.
And they put for me, they were checking for Raynaud's disease in my hands. And so they'd put a dye in one side of my heart and watch it flow through the veins in my arm and hands. Then they'd pull out a little bit and then they'd go back in the other side of the heart and watch the other arm. And then to freeze. Then they went to freeze the nerves to see if my blood vessels would open, because that's the problem is my blood vessels don't open in my hands, right? When they start to get cold. And so I'm laying on this freaking table and they're coming at me with this freaking, I swear it was like a 6-foot freaking needle, but it was probably only like 10 inches. but they went right through the center of my neck here, up front, down to the spine. Then they pull out just a little bit and freeze the nerves in the spine. So you know what that's like when you're laying on the table and watching this needle that's coming at you that looks like it's 10 feet freaking long? Don't move. Don't swallow. Uh-huh.
No, thank you.
Yeah, that's a hard pass.
Yeah, well, that orthoscopic camera was probably the size of this pencil, and it went right in and up. And,
Ugh.
yeah,
Ugh.
wasn't at all.
I don't even have a
Get-
weed,
no,
and that
Britta.
sounds painful.
I'm getting the
Britta,
heebie-jeebies
no,
just thinking about it.
all they did was freeze my leg so that they could put this, I think it was almost like a 5 or 6 millimeter basically needle tube in my leg so that they could slide the cable in. But they needed me awake to let them know if my hand warmed up at all, right? So with the freezing and stuff that they did, I had to be completely awake. So when they did the dye and did the freezing, I could tell them if my hand started getting warmer or whatever, if the blood vessels opened up. So yeah, I was fully awake when they did that angiogram and stuff. Yes, Angry. A lot of that, that's usually what it is. But I mean, with all the TGIs now and engineered floor joists and stuff, I mean, they've changed the codes so much, especially here in Canada. I don't know what it's like there in the States. Like, I watched a few people do railings in the States, and I'm like, oh my God, that is like so illegal here because they put the railing bars horizontal. And I'm like, that is not illegal here in Canada. That's illegal to do. All the railing bars, all the spindles have to be up and down, and they have to be less than 5 inches apart. And the whole point of that is so that little kids can't climb them and go over top of the railing, or they can't stick their heads through and get stuck in railings. So any staircase, any veranda railings, anything like that, that's the way they have to be. Is they have to be vertical spindles.
Coat a primer, and we will be there.
That's what you think, Bob. You're gonna hit that with primer, and then it's gonna all of a sudden, oh shit, there's a spot, and there's a spot, and there's a spot.
I know that. I think when I hit sand a little bit more, and then one more, I'm there. I can't feel the lines anymore. But yeah, there's still a couple of seams I've got to actually go in and work on. More
Paper towel. Do the paper towel trick.
I can't feel the bill lines anymore. So,
Is it just me or is Bob lagging real bad?
Those.
Yeah.
No, he's lagging.
Okay. Well, it's just the way my internet's been today. It's been like,
and this one.
I'm like twitchy and nervous. Like, well, is it my internet doing that or?
Ever since you got that new system, Mark, your stuff's been really good.
Well, it's just today. Last couple days it's been acting up. Like I said, they've only had this system activated since the 16th. So they're still working out some bugs and stuff and everything else. But yesterday and today, it's it wasn't transmitting out. And now they're claiming it was because of severe storms. And I'm like, well, yesterday it was sunny out. So unless it was like a total blizzard where you were, I mean, there should have been no reason why it wasn't transmitting.
It was
So if it
pretty
starts it
bad
again,
here.
yeah. Well, I'm on the very south. I'm as far south as you can get in New Brunswick. The head company is pretty much at the very top of New Brunswick. So, I mean, anything you guys are getting, I mean, we'd probably get, right? But New Brunswick's screwy with all the hills and mountains here. We could be sunny here, and we'll drive half an hour to the next town, and they're getting like a total thunderstorm or snow or something, and yet it's like sunny and warm here.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. So I mean, it's very possible that maybe they were having a storm or something over there, and it was affecting them receiving my transmission. Yeah.
Has anybody talked to Mr. Elliott today?
I have not.
Was it today or yesterday I talked to him?
He
I
posted
talked to
on
him
my
yesterday.
Facebook.
Yeah, I think it was yesterday I talked to him too. Yeah, Tuesday. Oh, this guy KRD has a freaking stash ad video out.
Yeah.
Little golden commandos.
I heard the guy's a real asshole.
Oh, look, you see the cars he drives? I mean,
I know, the Mopars. What the hell's wrong with the guy?
say you need to put a big vinyl sticker of that on the trunk of your car.
Sorry, it's a Mopar?
No.
Oh.
The dog.
Oh, the dog. I wasn't looking. Yeah. That almost looks like my dog. I have a black lab that looks just like that almost.
Yeah, she's our baby. Oh, actually, I can find that picture. Her sister is standing right beside her. I just blew it up for the phone. Her sister is, I mean, obviously her sister, but she's completely brindle and quite a bit stockier. Because the mom is black lab and boxer, and the dad is bull mastiff.
Really? Wow, what a mixture.
Oh, it wasn't supposed to happen. It was an oops pregnancy.
It's the way my my other black lab is 50-50 basically of German Shepherd and black lab. That was an accident too. Got her pretty cheap. I think I paid $50 for that dog.
Then there's our cat and rabbit.
Aww.
Cats, the dog and the cat just love that rabbit. Dog
Really?
cleans them all the time. Oh yeah, dog cleans them all the time. Freaking cat plays with them when we've got them out on the floor, or in this case, sleeping in the bin. Our dogs they're our babies. And then we get little assholes like this in the yard. He was not happy.
Yeah. We get turtles that come up from the lake in the backyard because I'm off of a lake, and it's funny watching the dogs sniffing them.
No. This one here is the size of a Pepsi bottle.
Yeah, that one's pretty big.
So I mean, the dog went and go sniffing that, and he decided to grab a hold of the dog.
Gonna
I
hurt
think
the
the
dog
dog
pretty
was too
good.
happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I scooted that thing out into the swamp.
Go on now, get.
And then we pick up the snakes. Had 2 different ones here at one time.
Get any snails? Haha, unintended.
See? That's the picture on my phone. That's her sister beside her, and then my dad's dog on the other side.
Cool.
As far as we know, that dog, the dad's dog, is the only known breed of that dog in this province.
That's cool. Hey,
So
Marcy,
Dad's
how
got
you
the
doing?
Hey, Marcy.
I hope you're feeling better.
Hey, Marcy, welcome.
Happy?
Was Fred in here? Hey, Fred.
Hey, Fred.
Hey, Fred Henry. If anybody wants to join, let me know. I'll throw the link up there for you.
The gang's all here.
I won't show the pictures of the poor ducks after the weasel got to them.
Hey, East Coast.
Hey, East Coast.
Hey, Craig. Hey, Cliffy.
East Coast. Welcome.
Well, I'm glad you're getting better, Marcy.
I'll throw the link in here for you guys in case you want to jump. If somebody wants to jump in. It's nice having a relaxing building conversation.
Yes.
Is it not?
That it is.
It's very, very good.
We can still joke around, but yeah. Messaging got back 11:30 last night. What the hell is that?
Somebody
Oh,
else.
that's my phone.
Oh,
It's my dad calling the
What's
phone.
going on, y'all? How
oh.
are you?
Hey,
Hey,
how's it
Cliff.
going, Cliff?
Actually, at my bench,
Hey,
I've
Cliffy.
been busy the last couple hours. Got a little bit of stuff done for the most part. So, and I haven't got fancy mail call. I got some Buster's Customs paint for a project
Nice.
that I'm doing. I want to thank Manny over at Manny Scale Models for doing that shout out. And I got on their website and looking at it, and I'm like, son of a bitch, you know what? That's a decent color I should get. I'll give them a try. Why not? So, and they're actually right out in my old stomping grounds when I was stationed out at Fort Lewis. So it's
Nice.
the saleshack.net. Buster's Customs there. That's the my fat dick beater out of the way. There we go. And he's also got his YouTube channel. There it is. So
You're gonna have to check that out.
Yep, check it out.
Yep.
So this
Manny
color
speaks
is
high of it.
supposedly it's like a jet black, apparently, and this one is like a custom green. It's got like gold stuffed in the bottom, and
Ooh.
That'll be a cool color to spray.
yeah, that's what I'm working on. So we'll figure it out one way or another. But I just got it, so literally today's.
No
What's
worries,
going on,
Fred.
Ed? How we doing? So
Oh, we got ELH Skill Model Garage.
we had to pull
Welcome.
back and punt on my 40.
Hey, Ed.
Hey, Ed.
Silver coat on it now. It's all kind of there, and I decided to actually do the fancy fenders there. So we got them all in there. Now I just gotta, as I drop it on its fucking thing. Oh, well, that's right. I didn't actually get that on there, so we're good. I got about 3-4 different models going at the moment. So yeah, it is. I'm actually really excited to spray this, Marcy. I'll shake the piss out of it and then I'll show it again. Maybe it'll, because it almost looks like there's like gold flake shit at the bottom or like a yellow. It's like a weird yellow kind of.
It almost looks like it would be almost like a pre-made candy apple green.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. I'll shake the piss out of it here, and hopefully it'll.
Yeah.
Maybe, oh, there we go. Now we're starting to get some of it mixed in there. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's gonna be.
Yeah, that's gonna
be
spray
cool.
nice. I'm looking forward to that. That's gonna look fucking nice. Like I said, figure try it. Why not? So, trying to improve my game here a little bit.
Hey, Dominic, you have yourself a good night. Thank you very much for stopping in.
Have a good evening, Dom.
Bye,
See you later,
Dom.
Dom.
I ain't seen him in a while. Last I seen him was over on Sue and Paul's stream. Over there across the pond.
For you, Cliff.
Oh, I'm muted?
No, Fred
No.
says he likes that cup.
Oh, yeah. No, it's definitely it's pretty cool. I like it too. I'm excited to spray it, which I might have a spoon by Monday or something like that. So just to see, spray it on a spoon. Because they say it's supposed to be ready to spray out of the bottle. So
It looks thin enough.
that's what I mean. It looks thin enough. I mean, just by shaking it, it didn't take long for the golden stuff to mix. So this may.
Do they suggest a base color under that, like a gloss black or a gold?
Let's see. Direction: shake bottle until mixed thoroughly. Airbrush ready. Scale, model, paint. Use clear coat for glossy finish. Candy colors require candy base coat prior to paint application. Tighten cap securely after each use.
So candy base, they're looking for metallic silver.
Yeah, like a silver.
Yeah, silver or gold.
I'd probably go with the gold since you've got gold fleck in there.
Yeah.
Right. That's what I mean. You could probably just go like said a straight gold or maybe even a chrome. Actually, well, nah, because then
Fred. Clear coat's not freaking cheap anymore.
no.
Nothing's
You know what I've
cheap.
actually used for clear coat here? It's a little heavy, but it's actually not bad. Is a Varathane polyurethane clear. It's got a thin. It's got like a self-leveling, and I got to still do it. I'll show you. This is what I used on that 32. It still needs a little bit of a wet in a final application, but that's
got
that
a rainbow flake.
polyclear. So over here on the right side is where it kind of looks a little like shit. It's a little rough, but I think that's from the needs a little bit of a wet coat, stuff like that, or I mean a wet sand and then final coat put over it. But the only problem is
That looks like a really
while.
Yeah, that looks like a really heavy flake. So yeah, I would wet sand, flatten it out,
Yep, and
then
put another
re-clear
one on
it.
there.
It should be smooth.
That's a second light coat, but like
that
I said,
rainbow-
it didn't take a whole lot. Like I said, and that's not even touching it with like wet sand or buffing. That's just right straight out of the can. And I bought this at Ollie's.
That rainbow flake looks freaking cool.
So the flake is just nail polish. It is actually called Jewel Coat 447. It's nail polish by LA Colors. So what I did
how do you
is
spray that?
LA
How do you
Colors.
thin it and spray it?
So I've been trying different things. I've been using a little bit of acetone and lacquer thinner, and it thins it out kind of nice. And this is actually kind of almost like a clear it comes out as, because when I sprayed the base purple, I sprayed it over the top of the purple, and this needs a wet sanding and another coat, but you can see that over the top of the purple. But it's weird because it cancels out like the purple flake, and you can see
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
colors. But when you do
Yeah.
it to the blue, it kind of cancels out the blue flake, but you can see the purple flake really good.
Yeah.
It's really weird. I just
Yeah. Well,
something
that's what
nice.
those colors will do, right?
Yeah.
But what size of needle do you spray with?
I actually been running that out of Passat H, so because of that, just a regular Porsche H. I run the pressure up a little bit. Yeah, I got
I've tried
Mr.
I've
Color
tried doing some, and
here.
I can't even get the damn flake to go through the 0.5.
That's why
Hi,
I've
Scaly.
been using the Passat H because it's got the bigger with the suction cup. It's a little bit of a bitch to. Where the hell did I put that?
Hey, Muse.
That's what I got.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah,
Because I wanted to do it.
Oh,
wanna
I
do a
like
heavy
that. You gonna
flake.
spread it over black or?
Well, yeah, I just wanted to do a heavy flake and then put a candy over it.
Yeah.
But I
Fred
can't get it to
just-
go through the freaking airbrush.
So
Fred says
like I
he
said,
cuts his 50-50
Yeah, Fred said drop it 50-50 with the lacquer thinner. So
or the Mr. Color leveling thinner. So
Well, I'm going to step up to an actual touch-up gun, automotive touch-up gun
okay.
this year.
Oh yeah,
Because
one of
this
them Harbor
flake-
Freight specials.
This flake won't blow through a 0.5 needle.
Huh.
It just clogs it right up. It's not so much the spraying it, it's the size of the needle.
Right, probably the
So,
granular going through and just clogging the shit out of it.
Yeah.
So what's
'Cause
in
this
that
is a 1
touch-up gun?
1.5.
1.5. That's big.
Well, it's a touch-up gun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just random nail
But it-
polish that I pick up at whatever. So I did end up kind of making a mistake when I was doing why I had to revisit the 40 is for some reason I wasn't paying attention. The color that I used that was ended up being like an enamel, and I didn't read the label on the nail polish, and it said an enamel. So I was gonna do like a two-tone with like the candy and stuff like that. Use some of this Mr. Color or Inspired Candy Blue over the top. Yeah, no, that didn't work because when I went to go pull my lines off, it was shit. Everything just turned to like I don't know, it was like weird. You could still see some of the lines as even after heavy sanding in the hood. That's from where it literally ate through. You could see it's still even with heavy build primer, it still ate through the lacquer thinner and stuff like that, or the candy with the lacquer, and it ate right through. And I'm like, oh man, but yeah, it is what it is. It's going to my old supervisor. It's going to probably sit on his shelf, so it's like his retirement present. So it is what it is. You know, like I said, it's going to sit on a shelf. Hey, what's going on, Mikey? How we doing?
Hey, Steven. How you doing, brother?
But yeah, I did get a little bit of paint slung and kind of fucked up a little bit on the GTO, but we got
It's looking nice.
yeah, it's the regimental red with the
Oops.
I'll tell you that HVAC tape is pretty good, but at the same time, what a pain right in the balls to get it right. But at least it got decent line, so I got to put another coat of the paint over it. So, but I've at least got that, and I got the interior done for that. Now the only thing I got to do is just get that tri-power set up, and I'll worry about that. But I figure get everything else done, and then I can just send that down the road. LA Color Super Bloom. Huh. That sounds pretty good. I might have to look for some of that. How long ago did you get that, Fred? That Super Bloom. That
Welcome
sounds
back,
like it might
Bruce.
be an awesome color to try and do.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. So one of these days I'm going to do something with that metallic silver. 'Cause I've got like what is it? Like it's almost like a mother of pearl purple and a root beer metallic as well.
Okay, appreciate it, Fred. Because I'll look for that because they've got that LA colors I find in Dollar General and all over the place. So, damn, that almost looks copper like.
Yeah, it's like
It's
a
like
root beer
brown.
metallic. Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh.
I mean,
I like that. That's
got like
fucking sharp.
it's like purple or brown with a purple flake in it. And then I've got this like mother of pearl as well.
Oh, I got something similar to that. It's not called. Is it Mother of Pearl? Maybe. No, this is Celestia.
Oh,
Oh no,
I don't know what
it's
they
not
call
the
this.
same, but it's kind of the same. But damn, that looks cool.
Yeah.
I bet you that would probably go over like a nice black base, pretty decent.
Yeah.
What's going on, Bruce?
But I gotta figure out how to thin it. I've tried a couple of things, but it doesn't seem to want to work right. So I'm not even sure what they are.
That was Sinful
Well,
Colors, right?
Yeah, Sinful Colors.
Yeah, the Sinful Colors is an enamel based. I found that out the hard way. Because I had sprayed it down thinking it was a land, didn't even think about it. I'm like, oh, nail polish. I'm like, I haven't had no reaction with the other stuff before. Yeah, about that.
Yeah, this stuff here is this copper, like this kind of like a purple flake root beer color. And I thought, you know what? That would be awesome on a 66 Chevy Fleetside truck with the two-tone white, ivory white.
Ooh, ivory white? Hell yeah.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
The purple, I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I thought of using a bit of it on the wife's van.
Woo! Oh, shit. That is
All right, guys, I'm gonna take off, make some dinner, and watch some Avatar.
All right.
All right.
Well, good, Jess. Thank you very much.
See you next
Have-
time.
Have
Bye.
fun, Jeff.
Have a good night, Jess.
Oh, there we go. I just had my blue here. Oh, there it is. I started bright.
Yeah, I wouldn't go a full white with the root beer. It's got to be kind of that creamy off-white, ivory color.
Nice.
with root
I
beer.
can't wait till you. Oh my god, that's gonna look so sick, Fred. When you get that painted, oh, it's gonna look nice.
Oh.
What's Ed working on?
I'm working on a 78 Dodge.
The pickup.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them started myself.
Yeah, I'm
I
just
almost bought that kit
going
the other day.
through, getting rid of, doing a little bit of cleanup on it, getting rid of mold lines and sprue attachment points and flash and just the typical pre-paint pre-work. I mean, I have the chassis assembled and some detail paint done on it,
Nice.
but most of the rest of it is just still in the cleanup stages.
Ooh. Have a good evening, David.
Later, David. Thanks for coming in, buddy.
See you later, Dave.
All right, David, sleep
Nice.
well, brother.
Holy shit, the wind just picked up.
Oh hell, wind's been like a SOB here in Houston today.
Well, it comes and goes. It was like
Oh, it's blowing
blowing
here.
over the blowing over the 45-gallon drums and everything else and snapping branches, and then it goes away. It's gone. Poof. Not a freaking branch wiggling.
Earlier this
See,
afternoon,
now the wind's gone.
got out of work. I was working one of our stations at the Memorial Hermann Hospital downtown Houston, and I'm standing at the train station platform waiting on my train to show up so I can ride it back to the parking lot where I parked my truck. And the wind kept blowing my ball cap off. I had to just take my ball cap off and hold on to it.
Gunther just came in from outside. If you only had to
Yeah, they're calling like kind of like 80 to 90 kilometer an hour winds here.
Oh, wow.
So probably close to 60 mile an hour for you guys? 100,
something like
106 106 K
that.
is 60 mile an hour, I think.
Oh,
I
so
don't
that,
know right offhand, to be honest with you.
huh? I don't know. He said maybe on that if he was going to stop down. I don't know when he said he was coming down, or even if he was. He just said he had to come down and pick up cigarettes. Huh?
I'm going to mute my mic for a minute. I'm going to eat some of this
Hold on a
homemade
minute, I have
tapioca.
to
Enjoy.
Be right back.
Mother-in-law made a whole container of it, and Dad's got about half of it gone already.
Ah,
So I better get some before there is none.
that's like today while I was at work there. It was after the end of service while we were getting everything cleaned up and shut down and ready to go for the next day. My boss calls me and gave me some good news. I have one $100 payment left on my truck, and then I own my own truck. Because when I bought it,
That's awesome.
yeah, because when I bought it about a year ago, a little over a year ago, it was because the car I was driving at the time died. And I tried everything: plugs, wires, coil pack, cam position sensor, crank position sensor, you name it, I tried it. I could not get that car to start. So my boss agreed to effectively buy a vehicle for me and then have me just pay him back out of my paychecks each week or every other week. And I found my 94 Chevy pickup, and $2,800. My boss dropped that day, and now just over a year later, I have one $100 payment left to make, and I own my truck.
A nice
That's
feeling to have.
Yes, it is. Granted, in this year that I've owned my truck, I've put over 21,000 miles on the truck. Yeah, I do a lot of driving.
I bought a 79 Camaro for
yeah?
400 bucks. Fired it up in the guy's yard, drove it home, not realizing that the dash was in miles an hour. So I was going down a back gravel road at 90 miles an hour, no hands on the wheel, going, yeah, this thing's tracking pretty straight. But it seemed a little fast, and I started looking at it going, oh shit, this is miles an hour, not kilometers an hour. I'll just slow it down a little bit. All right. And then, I drove that, I don't know, 4 or 5 years. And then the buddy wanted it. And I said, well, you got an 85 Chevy truck there. I want it. So I traded him for the car for the truck.
Yeah.
Now I've had it for 25 years.
Yeah.
It's driven across Canada. It's freaking
Yeah, Boston. My boss is got to be the absolute best boss I have ever had. So yeah, he is truly amazing. But well, it's like when I got the truck, only had 143,000 miles on the odometer. And what was really great about it was not only was it incredibly low mileage, but at the time I was looking slash bought the truck, the major dealerships, the big guys, were selling similar yeared trucks that had average miles, which that put their mileage in the 275 to 350,000 mile range. And they were selling these trucks for $10,500, $11,000. And I managed to find mine with less than half of average miles on the odometer for only 2,800. I feel like I got one hell of a deal on that truck.
yeah, no doubt.
That she runs like a dream. Oh, she runs so good. I absolutely love that truck.
Trying to remember how to convert kilometers and miles. I think it's 2.2 miles per 1 kilometer. I think.
I honestly have no idea.
Kilos to pounds, inches, yards to
All right,
meters.
Did I miss anything good?
No.
I got a bunch of cans to pick up out of the yard tomorrow. Got one of them bins that I normally throw for outside there. Apparently, I didn't do it over the. Apparently, I could have swore I took all them cans back before winter, but apparently I didn't. So they're all over the yard now. Yay me!
No, it's got to be the other way. 5,854 kilometers is 3,637.5 miles. That's how far we drove my truck across Canada.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
All on a rebuilt 1964 Impala 283. Is that what it is? Yeah, 283, because 289 is Mustang. 283, 1964, 283 is what's in that truck, or what was in it. And we drove that across Canada, fully loaded. The box of the truck, fully loaded.
Yeah, about the only thing I'll say that I have issue with where my truck is concerned is the fact that being, like I say, she's a 94 and she's got a completely factory stock 350 V8, 5.7 liter for y'all metric folk, with a 4-speed, I want to say 4L60E automatic. And I only get like 300 to 350 miles to a 25-gallon tank.
Mm-hmm.
And I drive enough for work that I'm filling up once a week. With current gas prices here in Houston, that's between $65 and $70 a week. So,
No, wife's home. Dog's going nuts.
Mm-hmm.
No, the dog can, like when we come in on the in-laws side, because that's the side with the driveway. So they come in their front door, then we go through the house, and then come in a door that I punched through the wall for our addition. And the dog can hear her as soon as she opens that door on the other side.
oh,
And
wow.
she stands on this side. She stands on this side, on our side, bouncing around, sniffing at the bottom of the door and bouncing in circles and everything else. I'm like, oh, yeah, wife's home.
Waiting on mama to walk in the door. That's what that is.
Yeah, she could care
No.
less if I come home or not. She's my dog when mom's gone. When
Right.
mom comes home,
That's normally how it ends up happening.
Yeah.
yeah, she'll look at me and everything all day long. Hey, do this. I'll give her treats. Mom comes home. I mean nothing.
You're just chopped liver.
That's kind of how it goes, though. I mean,
See what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Fred. I looked the other day, and they're still not the flyer up on their website to download the print, and then the Facebook page hasn't been updated since before last show.
Okay, Angel, calm down.
Taking all the lovin', so I got nothing for daddy. Huh? Taking all the lovin', so I got nothing for daddy.
She's stopping you from coming over here, period. See? As soon as you try to walk, she just races back in front of you again.
apparently she's like, Mommy, pay attention to me. Don't worry about Daddy. Daddy ain't nothing. Pay attention to me, Mommy.
That's what she's saying.
As soon as she tries to go around the dog to come over and give me a kiss, no. Try to block her again. You've been gone all day.
Dogs. My little brother's dogs are kind of the same way. And especially when you go trying to love on the one, doesn't matter which one of the two you're trying to love on, the other has to get her nose just right there in it and be like, pet me, pet me, pet me, pet me.
Oh, yeah.
So
You bring her sister over here, and it's
Mom's gonna cook the nacho pizza.
nacho pizza.
Nacho pizza.
Mm.
It's a pizza with nacho stuff on it.
Never
With
had
chips, everything.
Oh, that's cool.
They make it at the store there. At the
You ever
grocery
had
store.
them walking tacos?
that. Oh, I love them.
Those things are cat's ass.
A lot of the racetracks have adapted those as their part of their menu. It's so nice.
Mm-hmm. Because you just sit there walking around with all the shit in a bag, and you just shit can the bag when you're done.
Yeah.
Fucking nice.
Starting to look like a little girl.
I know.
Cut his hair.
Oh my gosh, 26 minutes ago, it just popped up.
Okay. Yeah, I just want to be able to print some up to take when I go to the shows around here. Maybe I can get somebody to go.
Hey, Gary.
Hey, what's up, Gary?
Hey, Gary.
hey, Gary.
I can't even read the freaking chat.
Burritos with taco stuff, huh, Muse?
Mm-hmm.
Do they give you the walking farts?
They're more like the walking shits. Shake it out. That's why I wear shorts.
Oh,
Comes
now
out
you want
the
to play with
shorts
toys.
easier.
But yeah, on this Chevy or this Dodge pickup I'm working on right now,
What are you doing?
I'm building it as the tow vehicle for that 69 Dodge Charger funny car that I'm building. And as part of that,
Where's Gunther?
He's actually out with mom right now. He's probably pissing her off,
Oh.
so he'll probably be in fairly soon.
but as part of the tow vehicle package with this 78 Dodge, I picked up another one of these kits just for the trailer. The trailer and all the shop diorama goodies like the cutting torches and all that good stuff that come in this particular kit.
Oh, shit.
But I'm gonna use this trailer and that 78 Dodge as the tow setup for the 59 Dodge Charger funny car I'm building. And what's really cool about this Dodge is it comes with this little moped that you see so many people at racetracks, especially like quarter-mile style, where they'll use
Martian dog
mopeds to get around. Yeah. Hey, Mike. They'll use those little
Hey, Mike.
mopeds to get around it.
Hey, what's going on, Mike?
On Mike.
And so that's really
Yeah.
cool that it comes with that little mini bike, that little moped.
April 27. Something like that going on April 27.
Hey, Ted.
Hey, everybody.
Evening,
What's up,
Ted.
Hey,
Teddy?
what's going on, Ted?
What's shaking, Ted?
Not a whole lot.
Don't
Just
say
get home.
Amanda.
Nah, she's in the other room watching videos.
Well, say hi to her for me, Ted.
Don't you dare.
Oh, I was told. Don't.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, I tried.
Oh, well, you know.
Blink 3 times if you're in danger, Ted.
What's that?
Blink 3 times if you're in danger.
Right.
See you when you get back, Marcy.
I feel like I'm 80 today.
See ya, Marcy.
Every joint just aches. Hey, Marcy, thanks for stopping in. You have a good night.
All right, Marcy, have a good evening. Let's see. Hey, TW, what's going on?
What's up, Terry Wilson?
Uh-huh.
Kevin Smith. And Terry Wilson, yeah. Sneaking in there.
Well, I caught him out of my peripheral right now. I just talking with a guy I work with where he works for the county, but does a little bit different. And he's also commander at local VFW and the VFW that I go to, which I probably should go there more often than I do. But anyway, I guess they're having trouble getting people for fucking representation. So he's asking me if I could actually like represent them at like a district meeting and shit like that. So
Night, Scaly.
and I'm like, that's pretty cool. So add one more and stuff like that. All right, Mikey, have a good evening.
Oh, Mike's leaving now?
Yeah, Scaly Models. Scaly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you have a good night and thanks for stopping by.
Oh, okay.
Oh, must be the weather. I feel like I'm freaking 80.
Oh, my
Everything's just
arthritis
aching.
is kicking my ass today. You're not the only one.
The hip joints are aching, the knees, and fingers.
Yesterday at work, one of my customers walks up and her hospital name tag, she was like an RN or something, said their name was Emily. Well, that happens to be my daughter's name as well as my sister-in-law's name. And I mentioned that to her. So
Oh, boy.
we kind of got to talking
How
and
we're doing?
got to talking a little bit about my daughter and everything. And
Gunther.
Hey, Lee.
What's up, Lee?
hey, Lee. But
Hey, Kevin Smith.
got to talking about my daughter there and
What do
mentioned
you got?
that
You
she
stay out of shit.
2 on the 3rd, and then just over a month after that, my grandson.
All right, I'll pay attention to him. No.
So that kind of got me to feeling a little bit old. That my daughter's fixing to be 22 years old, B, that I have a grandson. C,
You're not-
he's
no.
fixing to be 1 year old.
Because apparently
It kind of got me to feeling my age a little bit.
occupied.
I'm gonna
Look
hop
at how
off
I
here,
feel.
guys. My
right.
dad keeps
Okay.
buzzing in here, so
All right, Jason.
No
see ya.
worries.
see you later, guys.
Have a good night.
Jason,
All
have
right, have a good evening, Jason. Towns.
Yeah, the wife has a. Well, how old's Corey going to be? 21, 22? And then Chris is 26,
Grab your bone. You got
26
your
or
bone
27.
right there.
And then Corey, he's got 2 grandkids, or not 2 grandkids. He's got 2 kids. So that makes me a grandpa.
All right.
And my
Take
kids,
care, Gary.
my kids don't have it.
Keep it rubber side down, shiny side up.
I have my oldest daughter is
Don't knock that
35,
over.
and I have 6 grandchildren.
Oh, wow.
Jeez.
And you still look that young?
Easier.
Wow.
The fact that you become a grandpa, does that ever get easier to be like, wow, I'm a grandpa? Or does that ever settle in? Or does it
Yeah,
amazing
and then when
every
it
time you
does,
think about it?
then when it does, and you get the phone call that says, "Hey, I'm going to have another child," and you're like, "Again? Good God, I can't keep up with the first 3."
Yeah. Because, I mean, like I say, I only have the one grandchild, and he'll be 1 in just over a month. And it still hasn't completely settled in yet that I'm a grandpa.
Yeah. Well, my
Yeah.
oldest grandchild is 13.
Oh, wow.
So
Mm-hmm.
I was just going to say, I think Ty, technically my grandkid, Ty is 6.
my
I think.
oldest grandchild is 13.
She's 13.
Yes.
Wow. 13.
Yeah, and your youngest daughter is how old?
12.
Wow.
Stop. You're going to get me in trouble.
How old's your oldest daughter?
35.
How old am I?
Oh,
36.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
all right. Thanks, I appreciate you.
Oh, you wait. You're
Don't
going to
say
be
it.
38.
I know.
Mm,
Am I the oldest person you've been with yet?
I don't know. Mentally, maybe.
Oh, I feel you there.
Well, I'll do up Ted's obituary.
Hey, can't you guys see me blinking?
I'm your
Yeah, I'll do
favorite,
up
though.
Ted's obituary. Here lies the man that said her age.
Oh, that don't bother me.
She said that don't bother her.
Right.
I'm not like other women.
Wow, I wish I had a nickel for every time I heard that line.
Clara's in here. I was like, I'm not like other women. And she goes, I have snake arms.
Good God.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, that probably sounds about right there, Fred.
No, just the shoe. The foot she took back, left the shoe behind.
Ah, okay.
Wasn't it
Oh,
Cinderella?
she still
did
needs
the
to walk
same
around,
thing?
right?
She left the slipper at the ball.
Thanks, Fred. Yeah. He said, here, dearly departed, here lies Ted with Amanda's foot up his ass.
Oh shit, that's not cool. The wind's blowing pretty good here. I'm surprised we ain't lost power yet.
Good.
Night, Styrene.
All right. Night, Chuck.
Night. Have a good one. Hopefully the power comes back pretty quick.
What is that?
I know what it's like being without power for a freaking week.
Yeah, it ain't fun.
I have no more. Excuse me. I have no more gumption for working on anything right now.
No, I don't want your pillow. Just don't tear it up.
I did my editing on the truck and uploaded that. I recorded some on the 67 Chevelle. Did some on the wood ship. I'm done for tonight.
Hey, Hortons, how you doing tonight, brother?
Hey, Phil.
You're welcome, my friend. We have one more spot if somebody wants to jump in. I'll
Yeah, I
drop
don't
the
know how
link
much
if you
longer
want.
I'll be on. I'll probably end up getting off here soon, and someone can have my spot. I didn't really plan on jumping on a whole lot. I just plan on jumping on for a few minutes.
Well, I've been having internet problems all day. The last, I don't know, 6 or 7 hours now. It's been fine, but if I disappear and everything quits, you know why.
Right. Gunther.
So I'll say sorry now, and hopefully nothing happens.
All right, Boston.
Pray for
Enjoy your
her,
dinner,
hope
brother.
the best. All right, have a good evening, Boston. Take care.
What's it trying to tell me here? Let's see. Is this the same? It is. So for you guys, it is currently 50 degrees here, raining. And it's going to continue raining with a chance of flurries around 5 or 6 a.m.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Go to the north tomorrow. Up to a place called Cato. Pick up a guy up in Cato tomorrow, so they'll probably have snow out the ass. They normally do. Especially snowstorm areas north of the fucking river.
Y'all up further
Tomorrow.
north than me. Y'all about to get mad at me. 73 degrees, and granted, it's windy as all mad outside. It's
Yeah.
not raining or anything like that. And that's 73 degrees Fahrenheit.
Haha, mommy went outside.
Tomorrow-
Without you.
Tomorrow is 29 with a low of 6.
I presume you're talking centigrade.
No, Fahrenheit.
Ooh. Ouch.
I changed it so you guys can understand lingo. And then
Ouch.
Friday is 28 with a low of 22. And then not too bad, 48, 38, 50, 36, 48, 34. Yeah. Yeah, tomorrow night, a low of 6 degrees Fahrenheit
I'm glad I don't live up there near you, brother.
with a high of 29.
I'm very glad that I don't live up there near you. I like my current 73 degrees Fahrenheit. That's
And you think about it, that's actually warm for us.
wow. I'm really glad I don't live up there near you, brother. Yeah, cold and
I mean, for me, that's -2 and a low of -14. I'm like, whatever. Alberta, a few weeks ago there last month, they were getting into the negative -50s, like the -50s.
Woo!
So for you guys, that's what, -54, give or take?
Ouch.
Yeah, I think 40 below is where the numbers meet. I think it's where it is.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Alberta was getting into -51 Celsius.
Woo.
So minus 55, 56 Fahrenheit, give or take.
All right,
And
Fred.
they were like that for
He's down
almost a week and a half.
All right, Fred. Enjoy. Have a good evening. We'll catch you on later.
Night, Fred.
Hey, thanks, Fred. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Up here and spend some time with Teresa because she's actually off. That's all right.
See, I bet you
stuff right now.
Ed and freaking Cliff probably have some of these around. The outside plug covers, you know, with the foam and stuff.
Yeah.
They make great
That's
phone
nice.
phone holders.
Huh. I've got the Snap one of them. 22 Raptor, but it's Snap kit. It's
Doesn't matter. They work great.
I think I'm gonna have to make a stop at Home Depot next payday.
I mean, I've got an Allen key. I put an Allen key right here,
Yeah,
and that's what kind of the phone sits at.
yeah.
I mean, you can use something different that keeps it from sliding off, right? And then I used a piece of the foam when they cut out the foam in the back,
Yeah.
right? I took a piece of that foam and put it right on the edge so that when I put the side of my,
Oh, nice.
so you can put it either way.
Put
you
it
know.
at a steep angle or a narrow angle, depending on
Yeah.
where you are in relation to
Gunther. Whatever.
Yeah,
It's
I
not
leave
really
it.
about that
I leave
pillow.
it sitting on my bench.
Yeah.
It sits on my bench all the time,
It's definitely a small pillow anyway.
and it's good enough that, you know, I can, you know, do whatever to it,
Yeah.
you know, and
Nice.
it doesn't fall over.
Shit, yeah.
I may need to take myself a trip to Home Depot here on payday.
Just go to the neighbor's house. It's only a couple of screws to take it off.
Right.
I wouldn't want
And
to
really,
do that to me. So
yeah, and at that, you know, if you gotta say you want to take it with you on the airplane or something, closes down fairly small, you know, go back up, there you go.
and maybe use a piece of plastic or something instead of that Allen key. That way it don't
Yeah, I just,
detectors and shit like that if you wanted to take it on the airplane.
yeah, exactly. Well, it probably still would anyways, because it's probably got the yeah, it's got a brass pin in the hinge. Brass pin, looks like maybe a metal spring underneath.
Yeah, but
Yeah, metal.
using super gluing like a piece of styrene or something instead of a out taping an Allen key.
Yeah.
It'd be
Oh, goddamn, Gunther.
the airports would be less likely to fuss at you for it if the only metal in it is the springs and the hinges.
But you know what I mean? Like, it's things like this that I like doing.
Right.
Because well, I think I found it in the shed years ago.
Yeah.
And I mean,
No,
So it
we
pretty
didn't
much
find Gunther's tags, unfortunately. So I'll have to get him some.
pretty much
more.
costs nothing, and you got a phone stand.
We already ripped the pillow open, so
Well, it's like this wooden cabinet right here behind me.
I know you don't want it
Yep.
all over the house. I mean, he literally just fucking
Entertainment
ripped it
center.
open.
You put your TV inside, and your VCR, your stereo, your DVD player,
Yeah.
whatever. And I get this jack out of the way. I was out at my little brother's over the weekend helping him work on his wife's car, do a brake change on it. With a little bit of jigsaw and some liquid nails and caulking and various supplies. It's now my spray booth.
Yeah,
There you go.
use what you got to make whatever you need.
Exactly. And I mean, it holds my compressors down there, sets inside it just great. That top section there, it's an excellent painting booth area. Holds all my rattle cans and my bottles and my jars and my airbrush stuff. And
It's like these things. We get these for free, from the wife at the grocery store.
Uh-huh.
Milk crates.
Yeah.
You know, I got them all across up the wall there,
Mm-hmm.
both sides. You know, the 13 inches of milk crates. Works great.
Right. Or like for me, the catering company that I work for gets our grocery supplies for us. They a lot of times will make the delivery. If I can dig it out over here. And tripping on everything in one of these guys. Basically, almost a double size. And we don't ever use it for anything at the company. And boss says, hey, you want them, you can have them. And I've got like 10 or 12 of these baskets.
That's cool.
I think altogether around here, around the house, I mean, there's what, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 milk crates in here alone.
Yeah.
Now, our bed, we don't have a bed frame. We have it on top of milk crates. And I think there's 20 milk crates under that. The mother-in-law's bed, same way, milk crates under that. My stepson, son, whatever, his spare bed is in the room there.
Mm-hmm.
It's got milk crates. Dad's probably got, I don't know, 50 or 60 milk crates outside. He's been using milk crates, cuts the bottom out of them, and he's been making pillars, and he fills them up with rock and concrete so that he's building his bedroom on it against the shop. So he's using them as, retainers for the concrete.
Yeah.
Puts a big garbage bag inside, fill it up with rock and concrete. Garbage bag retains all the liquid, right? Away you go.
Yeah.
Cuts them to the height he needs. I mean, we've got hundreds of these suckers around here, and we use them for anything and everything.
Right.
Dad made steps out of them for in the shop, so he can reach things that are up in the milk crates on the wall. I've seen people use them they put them under the car tires with a piece of 3/4 inch plywood. I don't know if I would trust that, but I've seen them do it.
Yeah.
I suppose if they're nice and flat on concrete, kind of thing, and the weight's distributed evenly, maybe. But I don't know. I suppose it can't be any worse than some of those garbage jack stands and stuff that are out there.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen some pretty sketch jack stands.
Right.
So
get your bone and chill out here with Daddy. I'm gonna if I'm gonna be getting off here pretty soon.
you must have some really tall up there chicken tails there, Marcy.
Yep.
Because surely you can't be less than 4'5". I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. That was mean.
Oh,
the footings are not much different. I mean, what do they use? 2x6 or whatever to make your footings. You pour your footing on the ground and pull your wood off later. Well, what's the difference if you use a plastic milk crate?
Right.
Still on the ground, right? Because some of his pillars are what? Three or four crates high, and each crate is 13 inches.
That's what it looks like when it's cooked.
Cool. See, that's nacho pizza.
that is cool.
That looks good.
Nacho chips and all the salsa and everything. Yeah.
There's even jalapenos on it.
Jalapenos, nice.
Yeah. There's still 3 pieces up there.
Still 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good for now. Yeah, those milk crates, we use them for everything. They make great shelves.
Oh yeah, they do. Great shelves, organizers, storage bins.
Repurposing stuff. Good to repurchase stuff.
Just got to make sure that they're fastened to the wall very well.
Yes.
Because that's how I had a bunch up on my far wall way back there before the bathroom was here. And middle of the night, we heard this big crash. And it's like, what the hell was that? It came in and about 10 of them pulled away from the wall. All the models and stuff that were underneath it. And yeah, it smashed all kinds of shit. I was not happy. And that was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I said, screw it. I'm going back to bed. I'll deal with it tomorrow.
All right, y'all. Well, we're going to hang out more, but I'm going to get out here, spend some time with T, and I don't know, play around with Gunther and shit like that a little bit. So I appreciate you hosting, Mark. Good time. Marcy.
Thank you very much for showing up, buddy.
Huh?
I said, thank you very much for showing up.
Hey, anytime, Ed. Let's see. Buds. Let's see. Mike's in here.
You have a good night, brother.
Thanks in here. Anyone else I might have missed? Want to say have a good evening, and we will catch you all later. All right.
All right. See you, Cliff.
Later.
See ya.
Well,
Yeah, the catering company I work for, of the 2 stations that we have at Memorial Hermann here in downtown Houston, this particular week, one of those stations is serving a combination of Cajun food plus crepes, and the other station, the one I was working, serving ramen. And I'm not talking that cheap 25 cents a packet. You can microwave it because it's cardboard garbage that you buy in at Walmart or HEB or anything like that. No, this is stuff that the only way you cook in these noodles is to boil them because they are the real deal. Plus, we had actual beef and we had chicken and just all sorts of refrigerated toppings to put on there, and it's good stuff.
Oh, maybe it's time for me to make a shop card. Still asleep. Oh, it's been a day. I hate re-recording parts over and over and over.
Right.
Too tired to work on anything, but I want to work on something.
Yeah. It's like on the 57 Chevy that I'm working on, the one that I back halved and put with the 66 Nova Pro Street rear end and chassis. I don't know if I showed y'all, but the intake manifold from the kit.
Oops. Come on, work.
The intake manifold from the kit does not fit the engine from the kit. See all that gap, how bad that is? I'd have to shim the bejeebers out of that intake to make it fit on the engine. And I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, I really don't quite want to work that hard to make this engine work. So I got to digging through some of my other kits, and I haven't painted it yet, but the dual carb intake out of the Revell, I think. Yeah, the Revell Motor City Muscle 69Z28. If you take that and you use a file on the valley pan portion of the motor block to make that a little bit deeper down. And then you use a file on the bottom of the intake from the 69 Camaro to make the intake not quite so tall. Fits really nice. All I got to do now is prime it, paint it, glue it on, get the carburetors painted, get those glued, the velocity stack air cleaners, get them glued, and I've already got the headers for the engine painted. I just gotta prime and paint the tail portion of the transmission. As y'all saw, I've already got the belt housing red. I'm gonna do the gearbox portion, probably aluminum, and that car will be pretty close to done.
Oh. Too many choices to build from, but not enough to choose from.
Right? Yeah, I kind of know the feeling. I mean, I've got about 20 model kits on the shelves up to my left behind me. I've got another 10 right here to the side of me. And I've got another 25 or 30 over there, over kind of that way. And then I've got a few on my bed that because they're kits that I'm in the process of actively working on. Too many to choose from, but yet not enough to choose from. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's like I'm not going to tell you how many kits I actually have started.
I know what you mean.
Well, on that note, Ted, if you're anything like me, you've probably got about half to 3/4 of your stash that you're in the process on.
Yeah, all those back there. There's some, at least every other box is probably started.
Yeah. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
And some of them I started so long ago that if I were to open it up and look at it, I couldn't remember what I wanted to do with it.
I've got about 24
I know that feeling.
actively working on. So as far as for, I've opened up the kit and I got started on it. At least got 2 pieces glued together and some cleanup work done on it, and then moved on to something else. So
it's a good thing that we record stuff,
right?
Because I mean, you start something and you explain your idea for it, then you put it away for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Then you at least got that video to go back and go, what the hell was I going to do with this thing?
Yeah. Well, that's kind of like the 3-kit building bash series that I had started on my channel with the 2 96 dualies and the 190, or is that the 96 dually? Yeah, the 2 96 dualies and the 192 Silverado, the new Chevy pickup kits from AMT that are almost curbside, but not quite. You could do them as a curbside because they have the engine plug for the chassis. I got started on those. Got started scratch building a chassis for one of the dualies. And I haven't worked on any one of those kits in almost a year. Oh, that looks nice, Mark.
And pride of your country truck?
Yeah.
With that? With this, Ed?
Yeah. I used the smaller Chevrolet tires on it instead of the big tires that came with the big Country.
Yeah. Well, these
And
are 3D
it's one
printed
of the ones
tires.
I'm working on. I mean, I've still got to get spark plug wires on the engine. Everything's drilled out for it. I just got to get the work done. And then I got to put the bumpers and the grill on. I've got to re-glue the rear window. And then
I built all
body
it.
panels have
I
to get.
built all the suspension.
Oh, wow.
I built it all.
Yeah.
It all moves.
And then the cab and bed have to get glued to the chassis itself.
Yeah, this is all working suspension, eh?
Oh, wow. That's
Doesn't
awesome.
matter.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's been a lot of work. It's got actual wood grain on the dash that I used real wood.
Oh, wow. That was intricate.
Cut out the grill, you know.
Yeah. I want to say I did that with mine. Let me see if I can find my grill for that.
The Miguel 3D printed engine. I gotta get back on this thing. It was supposed to be done like 2 years ago.
Right.
Well, it's a buddy build with Glenn. We did the Pride of the Country.
Yeah.
And the rules were that you had to build the vehicle any way you wanted, but the main body, like the main color of the body, had to be the colors of your flag.
Yeah. There's my grill
So,
for that particular DMC.
Yeah. So of course mine, red and white.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm putting like pinion brakes on this thing, hydraulic steering on it.
Oh, nice.
Like, still got to make coilover shock, or not coilover shocks, but reservoir shocks.
Yeah.
For it. And I still got to finish like the roll bar for the back, because I triple barred the roll bar. It's got 3 bars to it.
Yeah.
And that's for supporting the big ass motor spare tire.
Oh,
that's going to go on it. And of course, I got all the KC lights for it, the winch for it, big bull bar up front. I've got a jack all, or a high lift jack.
Yeah.
For it.
Yeah, I've got
high lift jack
too.
The high lift jack actually moves.
Now mine's not that detailed. My high lift jack ain't that detailed. Mine look just mine right there actually down. Yeah. That's kind of what mine looks like in the full down.
Yeah. Yeah, all that stuff. Making my own pinion axle brakes. The carbon fiber on it. There's a handgun for the seat. You got the rifles to put in the back window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
it's going.
On my monster truck, I've got the LEDs inside the light bar that goes on the double layer roll bar. I hadn't glued them in yet, and they're obviously not hooked up to anything. The wires are just hanging there. And I've also got the LEDs in the front bumper for the fog lamps. I haven't put them into the headlamp and parking light sections of the front grill yet. I hadn't done the rear end of it yet, but it's getting there.
Yeah, I did all the fuel rails and everything on this thing.
Nice.
I got to put all the spark plugs in it yet.
Yeah.
Because I drilled all the spark plug holes. The spark plugs are goddamn tiny, man. Like tiny, tiny. That's the spark plugs.
Oh wow.
So I'm actually putting spark plugs in the motor, everything.
Yeah,
Long ways to go yet.
whereas on mine, I've got some 3D printed plug boots that I bought from Matt off of his MCV products.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put those in there and then run the wires from those to the distributor cap.
Yeah, hell, even the brake calipers. I got separate brake calipers for the rotors, and there's brake pads I got to put in.
Oh, wow.
Come on. They're so small, they're hard to pick up. That's a brake pad.
Woo!
I know, I'm nuts. You know, there's another one in here somewhere, and the caliper.
Actual spark plugs. When you go to detailing a model, you go to detailing a model. I thought I was
Sometimes
doing stuff like that.
Not all the time. Only certain special cars.
Right?
And of course, this is pride of your country, so yeah, it's gonna get done.
Oh yeah.
You know, so there's that. But then my '59 Impala is going to get done like crazy. I'm going to try and do every freaking wire, every exhaust pipe, you name it on that car.
The brake line,
And light it up.
heater hoses,
And light it up. Yeah.
lines if you're going to have AC in the car.
Yeah, and I want to light it up.
Ooh. That's
So
like me
59 Impala all lit.
on one of the 3 semis that I'm working on, the AM2 California Hauler, which is a Pete 359. I'm turning it into a race car hauler similar to the hideout truck, the Papa truck, maybe a race wedge type deal for like a race car team. And I have an Arduino for it because I'm wanting to light up the headlights, high beam and low beam, do the fender mount turn signals, tail lights, side marker lights, the cab lights, and all that stuff. Wanting to use the Arduino with its IR remote feature that it has, because I got one of the big starter kits. Telugu. And it's got the remote and the remote receiver and all that good stuff. And I'm still trying to figure out the programming for that to make it work, because I'm wanting to be able to use the remote to turn the headlights on, turn them off, turn the marker lights on, turn them off, turn the turn signals on one way or the other, turn the hazards on, turn the high beams on, and have them actually at a different intensity from the low beams. And I'm wanting to do all that crazy stuff. And it's just trying to figure out the programming to write the code for that thing is, yeah.
I don't know if you watch Hobby Time Modelers with Buck and Ian and Todd and all that. They do a lot of stuff with the spaceship or like the Star Trek and all that stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
You could probably talk to them because I know there's a couple of them that program their own Arduinos for like the sound cards and everything in the Star Trek ship and all the LED lighting and all that stuff. So they might be able to help you, figure all that out.
All right. Yeah. If you could maybe, what's the name of that channel?
Hobby Time Modeler.
Hobby
Um,
Time Modeler.
but it's kind of for them, it's a whole organization in a sense. Trying to think of each one's channel name. Buck, where's Buck?
All right. I just subscribed to him.
To the Hobby Time Modeler.
Yeah.
Okay, because that is like they do their live streams through that,
Yeah.
right?
9 p.m. Eastern on Fridays.
Yeah, there's 9
Feature
for you, it's 10
channels.
for me. Wednesday, I think, is at 5 p.m. my time, so it'd be 4.
Yeah, it's 9 p.m. Eastern, so that'd be 8 p.m. here. And then Sundays, 4 Eastern, which would be 3 here.
Yeah. Yeah, just talk to them, and I'm sure like Todd, Ian, or Buck, any one of them would help you. Steve, if Steve is on, Steve builds animatronics, like yard decoration and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah?
Like zombies and stuff for Halloween. He builds moving animatronic stuff, and he programs them and everything.
Nice.
So, I mean, if anybody's going to help you with an Arduino, it'd be one of those guys.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some of the basics of programming an Arduino, but those guys, I mean, they light things up, they turn their engines on and off and all that stuff, and
Yeah.
the laser, the photon phasers and stuff, and
Right. Yeah. Well,
so
the Hobby Time Modelers has 5 featured channels in it. Buckman's Model Mania, Marvel PHX, Donnie Daughtry, The Maker's Cave, and Pit Stain Hobbies.
yeah, Pit Stain is Ian.
Okay.
Buck is obviously Buck.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which one Todd is. But yeah, I mean, those guys will help you out, and they're pretty much just like, you and I kind of thing. They just want everybody to learn stuff and have fun doing it. And
Yeah, I mean, that's really why I started my channel is no, I'm not a professional at doing this stuff in any way, shape, or form. Never have been, never made the claim to be. But I do have a lot of experience at it because I'm 46. I'll be 47 in May. And I've been doing it since I was like 9, 10 years old, maybe even younger. So
yeah,
I've got a lot of experience and I've got a lot of knowledge on different things that can be done. And if I can share that knowledge and experience, and at least just one person picks up something new from what I've shared and figures out a new way to do stuff or a different way to do stuff, a way that maybe works a little better for them and what they're wanting to do, then I've done the job.
You guys are making me feel old.
You ain't old until you're dead, brother.
I've already done that once.
If you're alive, you are still young.
Mm-hmm.
That's my personal take on it anyway.
it's not over until you don't see the sky no more.
Exactly.
Like I
But if
said,
you
I
open
did
your
that
eyes-
once.
But if you open your eyes and you get dirt in it, man, you better know how to dig,
Yeah, right.
because you're obviously in the wrong spot and you drank too much the night before.
Yeah, that would be a bad thing.
I always wanted to know what would happen if you buried somebody alive face down. Would they try to dig down?
Maybe.
I know I'm weird.
I was going to say,
Stupid.
would they know which way was up or down? With
Well,
no,
if they're
with
smart
no
enough,
visual
if they're
reference,
smart enough,
just darkness.
if they're smart enough, they would. 'Cause all you'd have to do is lift your arm up and let it fall. Obviously, gravity is going to go down, right?
Well, here's the
So
thing.
if you're facing down, you lift your arm up, and it falls back down. Well, you know you got to flip yourself over and go the other direction.
Yeah, there is that, but that's presuming you're buried in some sort of a container that gives you the ability to do that. If all they did was dig a hole, toss you in it, and then fill the hole in, you ain't lifting nothing.
Well, you can always spit. Whatever way it goes down, you got to go the opposite way. Now, it'd probably freak them out if you put them in a straitjacket and then bury them alive. And duct tape spoons to their toes so they have to dig with their feet.
Oh, jeez.
You really piss them off and put a box of scorpions above them so as they dig through one box and into the next one.
That would suck.
Just a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, well, Britta, I kind of know how you feel on the extreme high pain there, because inside of my kneecaps look like cheese graters. So, yeah, moving around is not the most comfortable of things to do.
Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty, kitty.
And then between various
Fine.
breaks and sprains and dislocations and carpal tunnel syndrome, cold weather hurts
Uh-huh.
in addition to my knee issues. So, yeah, cold weather hurts, which is why I am really glad I don't live up there by Mark.
Yeah, but you got to think where we are is one of the warmer spots in Canada.
Yeah, somebody please remind me to never move to Canada. I'll stay down here south, down here
You
where
can always tell.
late
You can always tell a
February,
Canadian in the States.
late
Canadian
February,
in the States
and it's
during the
outside.
yeah, the Canadian in the States during the summer, your guys' summer or our summer, we're sweating like bastards because we can't handle that 105 and 120 degrees.
Yeah,
right?
see,
But
get
then
that on a
if we
regular.
go down in if we go down in the wintertime, we're Canadian because, well, you guys are cold and it's like 40, 50 degrees and we're in t-shirts and shorts.
Yeah,
Going, hell yeah, this is freaking nice.
yeah. A Canadian here in Houston in the middle of summer is miserable. A Canadian here in Houston in the dead of winter is like, hey, this is summertime temp. What's going on? Why y'all wearing coats?
Yeah. I know. I watched Demolition Ranch there. I watched Matt, and they're wearing coats and stuff in the middle of winter. I'm like, oh, it's 60 degrees. I wish. I mean, we're happy that it's 50 right now.
Right.
But I mean, everybody climatizes to wherever you are, right? Spend all your life in that 120 degree and 60 to 50 degree. I mean, you're hot and you're cold, or you're normal and cold. Whereas us, we get upwards of what, 80, maybe the occasional 90 during the summer, and well, down to 6 at night, or less. I mean, 6 isn't that cold, really. When we're hitting the minus 30s and 40s Celsius, which is what, minus 20 is what, like minus 10 for you guys or something.
Yeah.
And that's an average cold for winter.
Yeah.
Minus
No.
10, minus 5 for you guys. That's an average winter. When it starts getting cold into the minus 40s and stuff, then we're cold. But you think, what is it, up in Alaska and stuff, and some of the Nunavut? I mean, they're hitting minus 70s.
Yeah.
Look, Dad.
I don't know. I would die.
Yeah, that's no, that's all right. They can keep that super extreme cold like that. I'll stay down here in South Texas, and where very similar to Mini Mike, and like me, I'm 73 degrees Fahrenheit. He's 75 degrees Fahrenheit down in South Florida. So I'll stay down here in the South where it's warm, especially compared to y'all. I'm all good.
Yeah, I'm originally from Michigan, and we now live in Kentucky. I keep saying we didn't go far enough south because I hate the cold. I said we should have kept going till we seen palm trees.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Barbados. Or something like that. Bermuda.
Ooh, minus 35 for 2 weeks. Ooh, gosh, Marcy. Ouch.
I'm gonna say good night, guys, and good luck to lose again. So I'll see you later.
Okay, Bob. Thank you very much for showing up, buddy.
All right.
See you, Bob.
See you later, brother.
Have a good night. Yeah, I'm probably going to call her quits here in about 15 minutes. That'll be 3 hours I'm on, so. But yeah, no, minus 35 for 2 weeks. You're probably not far from where Alberta is, where they were running the minus 41, minus 51 for almost 2 weeks straight.
Ouch.
Like that's cold. Cars, like houses, nothing wants to work right.
Right.
All through Alberta and Saskatchewan, they were all bitching. Everybody was bitching that their electric cars didn't want to work. Well, no shit. Fucking that cold, nothing wants to work.
Right.
They didn't want to charge. They didn't want to do nothing. I'm like, well, get a gas engine.
Well, I know when I get cold, I don't want to work.
In that level of cold, even a gas engine car don't want to work right.
Yeah, but at least you can put a Tiger torch under the engine, warm it up, and you can get the oil flowing and fire it up.
Yeah.
Whereas an electric car, what do you got? You can't, they don't want to take a charge because they're too cold,
And then if you get them too hot, then they don't want to take a charge then either.
Well, if
electrons
you get them too hot,
so well in the cold either.
Yeah, if you get them too hot, then you're just looking at a really big bonfire.
Right? Thermal runaway is fun.
Yeah, it's called an in-car heater for about 4 minutes.
It's the last heater you'll ever need.
Yeah. Yeah, see, right now we're still currently 10 degrees, so 50 degrees. But I think it's saying, see, tomorrow it's saying minus 16 degrees for us at night. So that's, right around 6. Yep. When you get into that old school Chevy truck and you go to put the key in and you try to turn that tumbler and you snap off those little butterflies, you know it's time to go back in the house because it's too fucking cold.
Right?
When the key tumbler doesn't want to turn, it's time to go back in. Say, screw it, I'm done for the day.
Or just as bad, you go to get in that old Chevy truck, stick the key in and turn it, and the key turns and everything, and otherwise everything works right, except nothing happens. You know it's cold.
Yeah, when she goes a half a revolution in about a minute and a half.
That no, it ain't because your battery's dead. If you've got a digital voltmeter and it's showing 12.7, 12.8, and it's still rotating that slow, that's all right. I'm just gonna go back in, light up the
Yeah,
fireplace.
we've had that happen a few times. It's that cold out. Or there's so much blowing snow that you got to open your hood, shovel out your engine because it's all drifted inside your engine compartment.
And no, Kevin, you're thinking Ford, not Chevy.
Oh no, hell, I can go out to my 85 right now and turn the key and a couple pumps on the gas pedal because it's carbureted and poof, away it goes.
Yeah. Or like my 94 fuel injected. I go out there, get in my truck, stick the key in, and bump it. I mean, literally just that starts right up.
Yeah, I love my truck.
Yeah, so I did try to text Jeff just before I came on. He didn't answer me, just to see how he was doing today.
Yeah.
And I think everybody said they had talked to him yesterday. I did too. So haven't heard anything today.
You ever watch what the hell is his name? Zip Ties and Bias Plies?
No.
Say as I have.
Well, now that YouTube has censored him, but yeah, you gotta check out Zip Ties and Bias Plies. Old peg leg.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's like 4 cans of ether for every diesel truck that he's got in the yard. He does not give a shit about nothing. He will get that thing going no matter what. It's like can as he's holding it and he's revving it out to pinned it right to the freaking floor. And somehow his damn trucks keep right on going.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But he's Canadian though. That's why. He was like northern Alberta. Zip Ties and Bias Plies, it's called. Man, you get a laugh out of that guy.
Give her the old ether bunny. She'll start.
Yeah. Keep feeding her the freaking juice until she starts chooching. When she starts chooching, feed it some more. It's like, oh, let's give her a squirt. Oh, a little more. Well, maybe we'll just empty the can. And then go to fire it up, and that freaking thing will lock up. So he'll leave it for a couple of minutes, and then he'll come back to it and do it again, and you'll get that thing running no matter what.
Hmm?
No, haven't watched that, Kevin. Yeah, but when you hydrolock a diesel with ether, yeah, there's Zip Ties and Bias Plies, and then if you like big rigs, there is Twin Sticks Garage. He's in Alberta. Then there's DD Speed Shop. He's in Manitoba. And he does a lot of the old 55, 56 Chevys and stuff like that, cars. Yeah, us Canadians we're nuts. You guys all think we're freaking lovey-dovey and I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Yeah. Try spending a few days with us in real life.
I have. I've been over there playing hockey. I know the truth.
Yeah.
Well, for those Americans like myself that do try to say that the Canadians are all, like you say, Mark, all lovey-dovey and I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Something that I always have to throw into their faces, Canadians created ice hockey.
Yeah.
Which ain't
And
nothing
basketball.
but a fist fight on ice skates. So can't be that lovey-dovey.
No. Yeah, I'll have to check them out. Cold War Motors, huh? I'm too old. I got to write that down. Yeah, Twin Sticks Garage. He's doing the a tribute truck to BJ and the Bear.
Mm-hmm.
He did the truck and trailer for Smokey and the Bandit. Now he's doing the car.
Oh, nice.
And he's redoing his first truck, Little by Little, which is a 359P.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody knows. Well, unless you actually know and have met Peg from Zip Ties and Buy Spies, nobody knows his name. Nobody knows his face. He does not show his face or his name or nothing. So unless you actually have met him,
No, unless you know him in person, face to face.
Yep.
Then
yeah. Because like they went drag racing one time. I was he was driving a big rig, drag racing, and DD Speed Shop had his 55 gasser, and yeah, they were together. But whenever the camera panned by him, they would blur him out, or you could pan by him, but just as you got to him, they'd turn the camera down, and then they'd bring the camera back up.
Yeah.
Just so you couldn't see him. Yeah, Zip Ties and Buy Spies. The old Peg. And he's got his buddy Frenchman. Frenchman's fucking funny.
That's like my only issue with living here in Houston is, as I've said before in other live streams elsewhere, I'm not native to Houston. I'm not even native to Texas. I was a military kid, so I don't really consider any place to be home. But Houstonians are really kind and intelligent and wonderful people until they get behind the wheel of their vehicle. And then when they do that, they just absolutely adore engaging in dumb fuck cocksuckery.
Yeah.
I mean, Houston traffic is not the absolute worst traffic that I have ever encountered. And having been a military kid growing up, plus I enlisted in the Navy after I graduated, I've been East Coast to West Coast, Canadian border to Mexican border, seen Saudi, Kuwait, South Europe, and North Africa. Houston traffic is not the worst traffic that I've ever encountered, but Houston drivers are the worst drivers I've ever encountered.
Yeah, try going to Toronto. Anyways, guys and girls, if you're still here, thank you for 19 still watching. But I'm ready to give her a color a night here. So I want to thank Ed and Ted for joining on the stream, and everybody else that did, and everybody that's in the chat. And yeah, thankful the internet held out here. So, but we're gonna call her a night, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you all next Wednesday.
All right, Mark, Ted, good night. Y'all have a wonderful night. Sleep well, all that good stuff. Everybody in the chat, same to y'all. Good night. Sleep well.
Now
Yeah.
Gilly shows up.
Of course he does.
Yeah, good one, Gilly. Great timing.
All right, take care, everybody. Have a good night.
Have a good one, guys. Thank you. And again, thank you everybody for showing up and having a great time. Yeah, we'll all see you next Wednesday. Later.